What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is TheBlaziking, and we're here with the Anaxa videos. I'm 2 videos behind. He comes out tonight, so this seems like a good opportunity to check them out and upload them to the channel so people can witness them and hear my thoughts. These videos don't go long, I don't give many thoughts, but hey, we're still going to check them out and give my thoughts. So that being said, at the least before the video starts running, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and let the video run through if you don't really care much, but like to give me the watch time, because that'd be highly appreciated. Smile. That being said, let's get into things.
The Grove of Epiphany, where knowledge flourishes and philosophers are born. A place famed throughout Amphorias for producing countless sages in the past. Among them, one sage uses himself as a sword when questioning reason, rending falsehoods, and igniting the flames of truth. The reality of this world is unveiled through him. On this episode of Keeping Up with Star Rail, let us approach one of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany, Anaxa, the Demise Scholar. We've invited Miss Hyacinth, head healer of the Twilight Courtyard and teaching assistant at the...
Also, I will say real quick, I don't remember who's rerunning with Anaxa, so it's going to be kind of weird having to save my... or, well, not having to, but, like, actually saving my Stellar Jade for a long time. Because I don't know who's rerunning with him. I don't know if Hyacinth is coming out before Cypher. But, like, that'd be 2 whole waves of patches that I don't roll for shit. But Cypher's coming out first, obviously. I'm rolling for her, but, like...
The Grove of Epiphany as our guest today. I should be taking my hat off to an esteemed lady, but today's a bit difficult.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure. You know, I really love this show. And especially you, Birdie.
Birdie? What an adorable nickname. Oh, when did I get so famous in Amphorias?
Birdie, you look so soft and fluffy. Who wouldn't love you?
Fluffy? Don't say that word to me.
Wait, is this little plumage thing still stolen from the end of the last episode? That's funny. I like that they kept up the continuity with that.
You after my feathers as well? They've already plucked my most precious feather! Oh, but that's a long story. Let's get down to business for now. Having obtained a valuable piece of teaching material, let's see exactly how Professor Anaxa oversees his classes. Anaxa is a wind character following the path of erudition. He is gentle in nature and stern as a teacher. But if you really don't understand, he can also beat some sense into you. A little bit. When using basic attack, Anaxa deals wind damage to 1 designated enemy. The trace Roaming Signifier allows Anaxa's basic attack to additionally regenerate some energy. When using his skill, Anaxa firstly deals wind damage to 1 designated enemy, followed by multiple instances of wind damage to 1 random enemy unit. These instances will prioritize bouncing to enemy targets that have not yet been hit by his skill.
I will add in, I'm really glad to have Anaxa for my alt account when I do get him, because my alt account has 0 wind characters. Well, okay, 1 wind character. The starting wind character. Dan Hong does not suffice for things nowadays.
It's worth mentioning that his skill will deal more damage when more enemies are on the field. I thought Professor Anaxa was just an elegant scholar. I didn't expect him to be such an expert in combat.
The professor believes that the pursuit of knowledge shouldn't be limited to books. Only experimentation can generate the truth.
I know it's all about powerful persuasion.
True. The professor always persuades opponents as gently as a breeze caressing the face.
After Anaxa hits an enemy target once, he applies 1 weakness of a random type to the...
Also, the power creep on Silverwolf with him is insane. She's like, yeah, I hit them, and they gain a weakness for someone on the team. And he's like, cool, I hit them and they gain a random weakness. Bang!
Target for several turns. When a target possesses enough weaknesses, it will enter the qualitative disclosure state, and Anaxa will deal more damage to it. After Anaxa uses his basic attack or skill on targets in qualitative disclosure, he will additionally use 1 instance of his skill on the target without consuming skill points. It's worth noting that the trace Roaming Signifier causes Anaxa to immediately regenerate energy if there are no enemy targets in qualitative disclosure at the start of a turn. Amphoreus is crawling with dangers under the cover of the Black Tide. But even the most fearsome enemies are just alchemical components for Professor Anaxa.
That's an honor not easily bestowed upon any enemy.
An honor indeed. The Trace Imperative Hiatus will provide different buffs depending on how many erudition characters are in the ally team. Example, when Anaxa is the only erudition character in the team, his own crit damage becomes enhanced. If at least one other erudition character is present in the team alongside Anaxa, all allies' damage is boosted.
Ooh.
When he uses his ultimate, Anaxa inflicts sublimation on all enemies.
So, like, basically, on my alt account, he's gonna go very well with Jing Yuan or by himself.
Well, in sublimation, 7 weakness types will be implanted in enemies simultaneously, lasting until the start of the enemy's turn. And he will also deal wind damage to all enemies. That's impressive, still, for a scholar to be armed with such a deadly weapon.
That's a teaching tool, Birdie. It makes sense for a teacher to carry their tools with them.
When using his technique, Anaxa inflicts terror fight on enemies within a set radius, causing them to flee from him like the cowards they are. Actively.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time there was a wind character with Terrify in their arsenal, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Attacking terrified enemies will be considered entering battle via attacking a weakness. After entering battle, every enemy target will be inflicted with the weakness of the attacker's type for several turns. I wonder if Professor Anaxa is as forceful when hunting down students who skipped his class.
Well, they'd be running for their lives, for sure.
Okay, let's sum it up. A truly great scholar never seeks breakthroughs. They create breakthroughs. Professor Anaxa is good at adding weaknesses to enemies and judging them accordingly. All of his attacks can add new weaknesses to the enemy. And after an enemy has enough weaknesses, his
We went through that.
enemy further increases, as well as triggering 1 extra skill.
Yep, we went through that.
AoE attacks and has the ability to implant many weaknesses in enemies, allowing him to support his team in managing different kinds of battles. All right, Professor Anaxa may be strict, but it's still an honor for students to study under him.
You know,
Lo and behold, we've got a group coming.
I do want to say real quick, his ult animation kind of reminds me of Fu Xuan's, where she does the whole bang.
To see what kind of test the professor has prepared for them. Ooh, this test has an amazing lineup of examiners, including a famous, unparalleled, and absolutely inimitable lady. Now the answer is clear. The examiners need to figure out how to stack this true genius's interpretation as soon as possible. As for how, let's watch Professor Anaxa's performance. As they enter battle, the enemy already has a set stack of interpretation on them, despite already making trouble for the examiners. But there aren't enough interpretation stacks yet. Thankfully, Professor Anaxa is making his move. He uses his ultimate to inflict sublimation on all enemies, adding 7 weakness types to them, and also inflicting qualitative disclosure. Professor Anaxa shows no mercy while facing enemies in qualitative disclosure, following with his skill after using his basic attack. This string of attacks applies many stacks of interpretation on the enemies, making the most beautiful member of the Genius Society hit even harder. Supported by Anaxa's traits, the lady whose intellect is numerically immeasurable sends off the bad students by saying, "Hear me out." However, these students refuse to give up and insist on a retest. If we're patient in their teaching, the examiners decide to grant their request. However, there are still some weaknesses on the students, so qualitative disclosure.
Okay, I know it's not a point, but I do have to raise real quick. They need to stop, like, forcing us into slow mode during story fights. Because that is really fucking annoying how we have, like, this big epic battle about to take place, and then it's going at, like, 0.5 frames a second. It's like, bang. It's like, cool. Anyway, I'm gonna hit speed up now. Like, if you want the epic feeling of a fight, cool, you can turn it into slow mode. But that shit is so excruciatingly slow.
Closure isn't gone yet. Professor Anaxa uses his skill and triggers his talent's additional effect, once again adding many stacks of interpretation to help the omniscient and omnipotent true genius. When interpretation reaches 42 stacks, the radiantly beautiful lady once again says, "Hear me out." The ultimate truth of the universe is revealed here. And
Listen, there's
students
probably a lot of
find
people
no
who say
match
hear
for
me
the
out with her
examiner's
anyway.
incessant questions. Ha, ding ding, exams over, hand in your papers. And that's a wrap for this episode. I have a request. Miss Harrison, I've heard you've been a doctor at the Grove Epiphany for many years. Can you treat my hair loss, perchance?
Oh my.
Hey, why are you bald?
It's all because of your prophecy. The greatest threads are hidden in the hall where thousands laugh with joy. Turns out the greatest threads were on my head all along.
Don't worry, I see this all the time. After all, the Grove of Epiphany is full of brilliant minds, and with everyone overworking their brains on research, hair loss is an everyday occurrence.
Is that the true
Didn't Anaxa steal his feathers? I could swear Anaxa is the one who stole his feathers.
cost of knowledge?
Take this, ingest it, and apply externally.
Wait, does that mean Professor Anaxa is also?
Hyacinth just sold Anaxa out hardcore. Oh, we got one more video here. Which is awkward because it's already about the time I should be ending off to do other shit. But you know what? We still got one more video here.
Citizens of Akama, heed my words. Only those with unwavering faith shall receive Kephaly's protection. The flame of blasphemy shall not be allowed to take root here.
Faith offers no refuge to those lost in ignorance. The sacrilegious flame has likewise kindled the forge of discovery. It shall unmake the divine and serve me. Purge the ignorance from your mind.
Ooh.
Let me open your eyes to the visage of truth.
The gods reign fury upon you.
And what of it?
The gods shall scorn your very existence.
I already do. The god's love for humankind is a childish fantasy.
True!
Cast aside this naivety. This body has long been tempered by near ruin.
Okay, you know, I do have to ask though, like during this next update of the store of the game, are we going to get like a mini story update to maybe go over his last couple of hours alive and see what happened, or are they gonna wait us to give that half until like the next big patch when we get Hyacinth and Cypher?
Reason, desire, and passion will always reignite the burning fire within my soul. Gods decry it as blasphemy, if that is all you can do. For in truth, that is your fear. Yes, I, Anaxagoras, proclaim it with absolute certainty. We alone are the true gods of this world.
Okay, usually when there's 5 seconds left, I like want to see if anything else is gonna happen because you never know. Alright. He's gonna be a really fun character to play. Like, that is for sure. Like, there's a lot of characters that come out that's obviously just not gonna be entertaining at all whatsoever. But man, he really looks like he's gonna be a fun character to play as. Is it just because he's the power creep for Silver Wolf? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But like, listen, that means I have characters that do very similar things on both accounts. And that's the kind of thing I enjoy. Have I used my Silver Wolf in an extremely long time on my main account? No, but that doesn't mean she's not there ready to be used at any time. So, you know what? We're here for it. And I can't wait to see what Anaxa can actually be good for. Obviously, they're probably going to base Simulated Universe, or not Simulated Universe, all the endgame content for, at least the next update for Memory of Chaos, which I still need to finish on my main. But hey, as soon as I start leveling up all the dudes on my alt account, alt account singular, I don't have more than one yet. I say yet because who knows what the future brings. But maybe with Anaxa, Mighty, and whatever else, I can finally start building up some good teams to finish endgame content on my alt. Because I have not finished a single endgame on my alt in the year or so that it's been active, which is really depressing. But if you think relic drops are garbage on my main account, oh, buddy boy, let me tell you something. It's even worse on my alt. So hopefully for him, it gets a little bit better. But I have been grinding out Arena for him at least, and yeah, it just has not been great. But we'll figure that out at some point or another. For now, let me know, are you rolling for Anaxa? Are you waiting for Hyacine? Are you waiting for Cypher? Are you waiting on, I don't know, Finan or, somebody else? Let me know all that in the comment section down below. As well as, of course, any other kind of gacha game-related content you might want to see, whether it be one of the main games I'm already playing or to try to add something else into the mix, because I always am open for opinions. That said, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the review channel in the description down below. I mean, I guess I could call that the gay channel. There's a lot of Yuri content I upload. Go check some of that out, including my Pride Month review from like 2022 or something, whatever it was. After that mistake, though, ring both bells like Facebook, follow Twitter, and Blue Sky. Keep updated with things, TikTok, Patreon, get the full end visuals and audio and the stuff I upload over there. Go follow Twitch, subscribe for benefits, can do so Twitch Prime for free. That helps me out immensely for the temporary. Going and watch when I do some like grinding content in these kind of games or the Pokemon stuff I do, shiny hunting, etc. Whatever it might be, I always welcome good conversation over on Twitch channel because that is a good time. Also, don't forget, check out the playlist here, let it run, watch stuff if you're interested in older content. Either way, check out the video YouTube recommends to here or whatever I decide to put up as the video. Honestly, I might just throw up the last Pure Fiction video because that is the most related thing, and while it's the last Pure Fiction that existed, it still might be fun to watch me struggle. That said, it's been TheBlaziking, so ta-ta for now. Peace.